Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy J Dog slash FWM. Uh, got a game from my PSP yesterday. It's called Miami Vice. Just gonna show you the front and back of the game for people who haven't seen what Miami Vice is before. Miami Vice, if you guys don't know, is actually a TV show. I don't know if it's based in like the 80s or something, but I'm gonna set my phone up here. I know right there is a mess because I got stuff all in my microwave, stuff like that, which I do have to clean off. But the game actually features a lot of cool features. A lot of the features in this game is what people wish like Grand Theft Auto 4 and Grand Theft Auto 5 had. So let me just explain some of this. Like, you got missions, obviously, like that's what Grand Theft Auto 5 had. You have this person that you call and talk to called Freddy Lewis. He sells information to you, which is pretty awesome. I know I keep like putting the phone down. It's because I'm trying to read this and hold my phone at the same time, which is pretty difficult. You got drug barons, which will sell you drug supplies and like narcotics and stuff like that for like that were confiscated and stuff like that. So you got that. You can actually like buy and sell drugs, so that's pretty cool. And that's one of the things I was talking about is Grand Theft Auto 4. They were supposed to have, for those of you who don't know again, for those of you who don't know, Grand Theft Auto 5 and 4 were supposed to have like a drug dealing system. And I don't know why they didn't put that in the game. I mean, it's a video game. They put it in Chinatown Wars. Nobody likes that game because it's top down. I mean, why would you like that game? We have 3D games. Police station, you can hack in the police station. There's a depository where like the confiscated narcotics go and everything like that. You can save and load the game at the police station too. You got like an arms dealer where you could literally buy weapons and have weapons upgraded, and you got a tailor, so that's pretty cool. They do have other things here, like, you know, where enemies are at, where the flash rams are located, and it shows you like demonstrations. You gotta run over drugs to confiscate them, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It looks like a pretty cool game. Like, you got enemies, drugs, CCTV shutdowns, first aid, and flash run locations. You could confiscate drugs in the missions. And sorry, I keep putting it like right here. I don't know why. I just like, I want to read this, but I want to read it to you guys, and I want to my friend said that he played this game, and I was like, cool, like, could you tell me a little bit about it? He said, yeah, like, you get to drug deal and stuff like that, and I was like, cool. And, the only reason why he told me that, sorry, I keep putting the phone, you know what, I'm gonna have to set my phone up on something. There we go. Right there. Right where you could see my collection of cans. cans of brisk. So, like, you got a mini map too, and shows you where like drugs and stuff like that are. Drug dealers, arm dealers, a garage, which is apparently also a police station. Um, it looks like a badass game. It really does. It looks like everything everyone wanted from Grand Theft Auto, but it's not Grand Theft Auto. I'm waiting to get my PSP because I honestly can't wait to play this on the PSP. I can't wait to play every game that I ordered on PSP. So far, what I have is this. Obviously, as you know, I have this. Then, then I have, I bought, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. That's really cool. I've seen people play that before, and I played Vice City Stories, so I would have to assume, like, it's, like, similar to Vice City Stories. I'm not gonna say it's exactly like Vice City Stories, because I know it's not, because I know all the Liberty City games are nothing like Vice City, and I know all the city games. Sorry, all the cities like Liberty City. That's all those games are completely jacked up, and I like that about them. Um, I know Vice City. Vice City was a completely jacked up game. Uh, and San Andreas. San Andreas was just fucked up. I mean, every game with San Andreas is just completely fucked up, but I wish they would make a Grand Theft Auto that had like Chicago in it, because that would probably be a lot more dangerous, and you would actually have to I don't know, you'd have to see what Chicago's actually like to know what Chicago's actually like. I'm not from Chicago. I've never been to Chicago, so I don't know exactly what it's like. But I do know there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Chicago. Um, but yeah, this seems like a really really cool game. I can't wait to get my others. I did own Vice City Stories before. I owned Vice City Stories before, and oh, excuse me. To be completely honest, Vice City Stories is pretty fun. To be honest, I only played it for like 25 minutes, and it was when I played games super super stupidly. And this, I'm pretty sure, is like an open world. And like, you are a cop in this game. You are a cop. It's like a mixture of true crime, Grand Theft Auto, and basically like true crime, Grand Theft Auto, and Saints Row at the same time, because like in Saints Row 2, I don't know how many of you played Saints Row 2. Kids, don't ask your parents to play Saints Row 2. That game's not for you. I know all these kids are trying to think like, oh, like Grand Theft Auto, I'm mature enough to play it. No, you're not. You're not mature enough to play Grand Theft Auto, and you're for sure not mature enough to play Saints Row. The most you'll probably get is like Simpsons Hit and Run if you ask your parents to play Grand Theft Auto. Um, and I know I keep mentioning Simpsons Hit and Run, but y'all gotta understand, Simpsons Hit and Run I've basically played my whole entire life, and that game came out when I was like 1 years old. And I believe the first time I ever played Simpsons Hit and Run was when my dad was when my mom divorced my dad, and my dad um let me play Grand Theft Auto. He didn't let me play Grand Theft Auto. He let me play Simpsons Hit and Run when I was like 3, and immediately I fell in love with it because it is just a cool game. Also for you guys just to see this too. This is one thing I love about having manuals is that they showed either games or they would show movies. When you had a PSP, it was usually it was more so with the PSP that it was movies. For those of you who weren't born in the PSP era, you probably don't know that PSP had a lot of awesome games. Like people don't even realize all the awesome games that PSP had. I mean, for God's sakes, they had Manhunt 2, which I know a lot of people have hatred for Manhunt 2. It's still a Manhunt title. You still get to... Sorry, keep away from my nose. You still get to have everything that you had in the original Manhunt. You still get to have all that. You still get to do everything that you did in the original Manhunt. Yes, all the challenges gone because, I had to make it a little bit easier. PSP though, it was an awesome system. But the sad thing is obviously as y'all know, both my PSPs were basically taken and sold. Which I'm still kind of salty about because my one PSP that I had Vice City Stories, had progress of Vice City Stories on it. And I'm more of a casual gamer. I'm not a super game head. But I do, like with Manhunt, I will play through Manhunt just because I love the story of Manhunt. I love the story. I just love playing through it. I don't care. And plus, you don't really... It's not an open world game. It's not like Grand Theft Auto where it's open world and you get to do whatever you want. That is... Excuse me. I can't believe I've only been out for 4 hours and I'm already tired. But Miami Vice, you drug deal, you get to buy weapons. Like it just seems like a really cool game, and like that's just one of the perks of having a PSP is that you got to play this, and it even has a multiplayer mode. So, anybody with a PSP and some Wi-Fi, please contact me or like message me something. Just something and ask just play multiplayer cuz I want to play a bunch of multiplayers. Like when I was growing up, I never really got to play multiplayer games. Usually the only things that I would play is like single player. And yes, while I did play games with my sister and my dad sometimes, my sister usually never wanted anything to do with me, first off. That's the first thing. Okay. My sister usually, if I were to play a game, I like having an audience sometimes. I don't know why. I just do. I like people seeing what I do in the game. Maybe that's like a secret cry for help. I don't know. I don't know my own self, so if it is, I wouldn't be surprised. But um yeah, I mean, like, people don't understand. Like, PSP was revolutionary. Mostly what you had back then was like a Game Boy or a Nintendo DS. It's really all you had when the Game Boy, when the PSP was around. That's really all you had was Nintendo handhelds. And Nintendo handhelds, yes.
Hey Jay,
Yeah.
they're picking up garbage today, so if you got anything to throw out or recycling or anything to get rid of, today's the day to do it.
Okay. I'll I'll get on that. Um. But what people don't realize is that you had Game Boy, you had the Game Boy Color, you had the Game Boy Advance when the PSP came out. That's really, I don't even know if you had the Game Boy Advance at that time. I don't know, because when the PSP came out, I think the PSP came out, uh, I believe it was like 2000, 2001, maybe. Something like that. Um, I'd have to look up when it came out because I don't even know when the PSP came out. It probably wasn't 2000. I'm pretty sure it wasn't 2000, but when the PSP came out, it was very revolutionary because it was like, oh, some games that you had on the PS2, you could play portably. And you could take it around and just play it. I mean, sometimes it was like that with the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance and stuff like that. Sometimes you would have that, but that was more. Oh. Sorry about that. That was more so Nintendo games, and sometimes you would have different games like Grand Theft Auto. The original Grand Theft Auto came out on Game Boy Color. Nobody really likes the original Grand Theft Auto. I don't like it either. I don't like top-down view games. That's why I don't play Simpsons Hit and Run. Wait, no. Oh my god. I can't believe I just said that. That's why I don't play games. Sorry. My phone is about to die. It's on 20%. So if it did just like blank out there for a second, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if it keeps cutting out, but my Wi-Fi isn't really that good. Well, it's not my Wi-Fi, it's my phone's Wi-Fi, but whatever. What's I saying? Oh, Grand Theft Auto came out in the original Game. Oh my god! It came out on the Game Boy Color, and then, really there wasn't really any other titles that people liked from Rockstar that were on a handheld. Like you had Austin Powers, and people were thinking, like Austin Powers, if they would have released that on like PlayStation, stuff like that. Austin Powers, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was only a handheld device game. And I don't like that because it's like, yeah, it's a. Sorry, it's a handheld device game, but it's like, make it better. Like all it almost had nothing to do with Austin Powers. It was The only thing it had to do with Austin Powers is the fact that the characters from Austin Powers you got to play against. Not in the way you think. It was basically like Pac-Man and a tic-tac-toe and rock, paper, scissors, and it's just like, what? Like, what is this? And and for those of you who really don't know anything about Rockstar, Rockstar has made probably more games than you would ever imagine. Rockstar made, like as I said, Austin Powers. They made the Austin Powers game on Game Boy. I don't know if it was on Game Boy or Game Boy Color. I know it wasn't on the Game Boy Advance because Game Boy Advance didn't come out, I don't think, until like 2000 something. But I know Austin Powers came out in like the 1990s, and they made the game in the 1990s, so it had to be like either the Game Boy or the Game Boy Color. But you know, they like Rockstar and portable games do go and have come a long way. Cause what people really don't realize is that like when even though Chinatown Wars is top down, everything that they had for everything that they had for Chinatown Wars should not have fit on a little tiny SD card. It shouldn't have. And that's why people were so excited about it. But anyways, I'm gonna go because that's really all I had to talk about. Can't believe it's been 22 minutes. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day and a very fun time. And I say goodbye.